It's a nice thing to remember that things are always changing, that you are living in a dynamic environment that is and always has and always will. You are an extension of source energy. You are here in these physical bodies as an extension of so much more. As you acknowledge that there is that part of you, aware of where you are right now, aware of what your perspective is and what your opinion about your perspective is, your inner being is aware of right now, your right now too. So as you are observing what's happening around you, there's another part of you, a much larger part of you, who is at this same moment, in this same time, in this now. That non-physical part of you is also offering a vibration. That's really the whole of who you are. That's really the present tense of who you are. That is your most powerful point of attraction. This vibrational reality that you have been and are generating, that's really what is most powerfully being responded to. The well-being is dominant and will always prevail. You came knowing that you would focus upon what's happening around you. You said, I'll go forth into this new environment, into this always new environment, physical environment, ever-changing environment. And as I focus there, I will continuously, steadily launch rockets of desire. And those rockets of desire will really represent who I am. You knew that before your birth into this physical body. This vortex version of you, this non-physical version of you, this preceding version of you, this getting ready to manifest version of you, this is pure positive energy, and your inner being is focused there. Source energy is focused there. And the well-being, the collective well-being of the collective consciousness of your planet right now has caused this vortex to vibrate and summon with such power and clarity that if you stay there for just a little bit to feel your momentum, join the momentum, the vibrational frequency momentum of this enormous flow of well-being that is happening around your planet. You get to be in on the leading edge of all of this. You have more well-being than you know. We don't think for a moment you should feel fear. We don't think for a moment you should feel despair. We're talking in terms of how we would feel if we were standing in your physical shoes. We would focus ourselves as best we can in the direction of what feels best to you moment by moment. We also want you to know that what is, in terms of your now reality, is. In other words, we're not asking you to deny it or to fake it or pretend that it's something else, because you are adaptive beings and you can adapt to your environment. You can adapt to these temporary conditions. You can do it with greater ease than you may know right now. When you remember that while you have some momentum going in response to what you're watching on television or hearing from one another or from social media, while you are naturally responding to what you see, no one's asking you to stop thinking that way or stop feeling what you're feeling, because that is irrational. But what we are encouraging you to do is to recognize that you do have an inner being who has a different perspective and overview, an inner being who always, at all times, knows right where you are standing in your human perspective and form in relationship to where you want to be. And we want to say that you have never launched such clarity before. Your inner being is offering a vibrational frequency to you with such clarity that the likelihood of you tuning into it is much greater now than ever before. The crisis makes you focus. And we want you to realize that you have the opportunity to focus not upon the crises, but upon the solutions. Not upon where you are right now, but where your vibrational reality has come to be as a result of what you have been observing. We want you to feel the wholeness of who you are, and that it is possible for you to find that frequency. And when you do, you will feel what it feels like from our point of view. You'll feel clarity, because that's what we feel. And you will feel stability, because that's what we know. and you will feel eagerness because new ideas are flowing. You will feel newfound creativity. Esther said, it feels like my brain is firing on all cylinders. It's like many thoughts are coming one after the other, and many times on different subjects, but still there is a continuity to it all. She is not feeling overwhelmed or confused, as normal life sometimes causes her to feel, because there is a stronger asking globally, a stronger asking from her personally, and all of that is serving her when she gets in the vicinity of us, of who we are, and it will serve you too. We want to remind you that it's normal to have a knee-jerk response to something, that when you're calibrated to that energy will call you to. In other words, there's a certain momentum that you will feel, maybe some urges or something that may even feel to you like inspiration, because it's a momentum that is calling you to something. And while it's normal, and we are not encouraging you at all to try to not do that, but we do want you to remember that there is another momentum that is so much more powerful. And it's much easier for you to tune into the frequency of that. And when you do, that momentum will give you not just a feeling of relief, but, as we just said, feelings of clarity and feelings of eagerness and feelings of newness and feelings of creativity, feelings of more, clear thoughts and feelings of all that is now coming as a result of what you are living.